And we are recording. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, worms and germs, everybody and anybody within the sound and reach of my voice. This is No Frequency Radio, coming to you from River West Film and Video, hosted every Monday at 6 o'clock on the hour. I am joined today by a very special new guest. For all you that were not previously informed, Dr. Newman has some other extra official affairs that his job kind of took him a little bit far out, and needed a permanent replacement.
That would be me.
And that would be the business. We got Willie the Business here.
Willie the Business.
Of fame from Tales Told by John and I. Bill is my manager at a local gas station.
I want to make it clear that Dom is unmanageable. I'm more a guidance counselor, if you want to get particular about it.
And we've referred to him in Tales of Yore as Bill the Business Brasky, or Bill Clean It Now Brasky.
Yeah, clean it now. Man, I'd do it for you, but we're in a very small space, and your ears would pop. Maybe when we get a bigger venue.
So now the myth comes to reality, and I'm joined here today by he himself, and I'll give the formal shout-outs, as always, to Brenna Olson at Zoomies Crew, Alex Hayes at Fuel, the whole Fuel Cafe, John Newman Sr., if you still watch this, Theron Frederick, Two Houses, Chicago, Flynn Prescott, my cousin, and Flynn McNamara, my cousin in Prescott, Arizona, Elisa Grassi in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I think that's about all my shout-outs.
All right, I'd like to
you got shout-outs?
give a big thank you here to Dominic for inviting me.
Yeah,
I'd
thank
also
you.
like to give a big thank you to Dr. Newman,
Yeah.
as it were. Big shoes to fill. Hoping I can do a reasonable job, a respectable job of this position, second chair.
Bill's got some. He's got like 14, size 14 feet.
They're big feet.
He's 10 feet tall.
I shower in vodka. That's,
Feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
Yep. I don't actually have a baby.
Oh.
Ladies.
Okay.
Still single. I have a cat. She's pretty dope.
That cat is awesome. I still got to meet. Actually, no, I haven't met.
You met her once, but it was late and she was tired, a little grumpy.
Yeah.
She's gotten better with people, with all the new people coming through my apartment of late. So
Yeah.
we'll have to have you over for a meet and greet, perhaps a nightcap.
His cat's name is Lucid.
Lucid.
That's an awesome name for a cat, I think.
Lucid the cat. Because, well, if you've ever met a cat, it's a pretty apropos name. It works out really well. She keeps me on my toes.
Here's something.
What do you got there?
First piece of business is just a random thing that was on the table. Reuters, a psychic pig is set to take over where Paul the Octopus left off at the 2010 World Cup by predicting the results of matches at the European Championships in Ukraine and Poland.
Yeah, that was a big loss. We lost the octopus.
Okay, so what is this?
The octopus would pick the World Cup winner. It was a psychic octopus.
Okay, here, I'll give you the article.
Let me see the name again here. So I'm never going to remember. Paul the octopus. I remember when it happened, they actually had somewhere in the order of like 30 articles on it. And I was like, I've never heard of this before, but I'm American, so, it's a soccer thing. Why would I? I have no idea or reason to know anything about soccer. But, yeah, it really affected quite a few people. So, a rare two-headed tortoise named Magdalena predicts ice hockey. See, that's something.
That's more American.
That's definitely more American. And then Germany has a cross-eyed possum called Heidi, who predicts Oscar winner. Oh, she died. Never mind. So yeah, we'll stay with the pig though. Psychic pig to make Euro tips. That's coming out of Kiev, so you gotta take that into account.
So it's a. So I don't get it. It's a pig that predicts.
They're predicting the World Cup winners. They use it in betting duels mostly, is what it is. It's kind of a farcical, like Puxatawny Phil.
Okay.
It's
the groundhog.
Really, like the groundhog, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a marmot, actually.
Is it?
Family marmot.
Is Puxatawny Phil a marmot?
Yeah, actually, most groundhogs, woodchucks, ferrets.
Okay.
chinchillas, I think, are all marmots. They're all of the marmot family.
Okay. Got it.
Kind of brings
So,
new light to the Big Lebowski when you think about marmots now. Could be anything,
oh man.
right? Realization.
Okay,
maybe.
now what scene is the marmot in Big Lebowski?
It's when he's in the bathroom and the nihilists come in. They're,
Yeah.
I want to say they're giving him a swirly.
Yeah, they're doing. Yeah, they're
He
doing
falls down.
something.
Or no, he's in the tub. And
Okay.
they throw the ferret in, and he's like, "I like your marmot."
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually a marmot, so it's kind of
Oh, it is
Yeah.
a marmot.
little. I believe that was the Coen brothers involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, they well read.
Yeah.
I'll say that about them, if nothing else.
I actually love the Big Lebowski. Oh, Lebowski Fest.
Oh yeah,
It's coming to Milwaukee.
yeah, which means there's a very good chance that my sister and her vampire boyfriend will be coming to town
Woo!
because they have a place to stay. They think
Vampire Boy.
they believe that to be the case. But
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't actually ask, so no. I know you're not listening, but even if you are listening, you're not staying at my place. Yeah, no.
Oh my
No,
god.
no.
Wow.
That's all right though.
So
Family.
why is her boyfriend a vampire?
Well, he's Romanian,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not saying all Romanians are vampires.
Okay. And no frequency radio is not saying that all Romanians are vampires.
I want to go on record as saying that I don't believe all Romanians are vampires. But this particular Romanian, 6 feet tall. This is honest. These are true statistics. 6 feet tall, weighs about 115 pounds. He's the same color as a piece of resume paper, like in visage. Long greasy hair, big bug eyes, skull-shaped head. Which you think to yourself, aren't all heads skull-shaped? No. No, they're not. Not like this. His head looks like a skull.
All right.
He wears all black, listens to death metal.
Oh, great.
He's Romanian.
He's oh yeah.
Yeah. So, it makes me a little uncomfortable. But my sister loves him quite dearly, and so
Yeah.
I mock him only when he's not around because I don't want to make him cry blood tears.
Oh my god.
That's what they do. Learned that reading Ravenloft books, which is the perfect source for all things supernatural. But yeah, the Lebowski Fest. They're interested in it. They're into it.
What?
They want.
It's when is that? It's
Man, I don't even know offhand. June, July probably. Isn't everything in July?
yeah. A lot of things are every week.
I could probably
Yeah.
find out if I picked up my phone and spent 13 seconds typing, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of work. For the love of God.
Need to buy tickets for Lebowski Fest is what I understand.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's a great way to make money.
But it's like in Cathedral Square. How do you block off Cathedral Square? I guess they do it sometimes, but
They do. I'm guessing it's probably more ground level,
yeah.
close-knit things. So a lot of people
Yeah.
dressed in hunting vests, wearing amber glasses. Got an incoming message here.
Yeah.
I'll leave Dom to take over for a
Got an
second.
official message here. So, happy. I really should have said this first off. Happy Memorial Day. All the veterans who have served and protected and died for this country. And we recognize you today and recognize that today is more about them than just barbecues, as George Takei
This
says.
is not National Barbecue Day.
Right.
58,272 names on the Vietnam War Memorial.
Yep.
Not almost 60,000.
Yeah.
58,272. Those are people.
We've got that at the gas station for the insert if anybody's interested. Go to the gas station today.
If you're aware of the gas station inserts, that is our insert today.
Yeah. And probably for today only, right?
Only today, yes.
So,
That number has been raised as of May of last year.
oh, really?
So that's the new higher number. So anyone who visited the memorial more than a year and a half ago, that's the new number. They've added a couple hundred names.
Oh, wow. A couple hundred.
A couple hundred.
Wow.
Missing in action, killed in action, lost.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
honor veterans.
Honor.
It's a real job, and it's not an easy one.
Yeah. I can't do it. I've got asthma. That's like an automatic out for me, but
I can't do it because of my record.
we'll not discuss that.
Yeah. But nonetheless, on to
Nonetheless.
happier topics, this storm I'm
Yeah.
pointing a photo at Dominic here.
Yeah. I can put it on.
It's coming our way, apparently, from Madison. You'll note my phone is pink.
That's the storm and his
That
phone's
is the
pink.
storm
Hot
on its
pink.
way. I just got a message from a very good friend of mine.
You can even see the storm outside right now, and I think I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the rain.
I love the rain.
Yeah.
My cat, Lucid, hates the rain.
Hates the rain.
Well, she likes the rain.
Likes looking at the rain.
Likes looking at the rain.
Yeah.
Hates the rain itself and hates thunder and lightning.
Oh, man.
Fears them.
Yeah.
She fears everything, though, so it's really kind of unfair to.
Yeah.
Do you have red?
Hello.
Correct.
She is against loud noises and bright flashes.
Is that what you understood? Of the cat.
That is from the cat. I got that
You
directly.
got that directly.
Yeah. I need to respond to this as well.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Questions here. Usually I can split my attention. But
Yeah, no problem. So, in the news recently, I saw that, the Chicago Tribune, they're saying that the tax hikes aren't going to help anything, like $7 million in tax hikes, and they're calling, like, sessions of legislation, and just nothing is helping their deficit in Illinois. There's going to be a cigarette tax increase.
yeah, you see, here's the thing about tax increases.
$1 for all tobacco products.
That
Tax
is
increase in Illinois.
an enormous amount of tax increase.
Yeah.
On top of which, it's also basically a voluntary tax.
Right.
And once they've come for the cigarettes, what do they come for next? Let's say we all quit smoking
alcohol.
tomorrow. It's going to be alcohol, and after that, more gasoline taxes. After that, use DVDs. It's a never-ending cycle. Taxes don't help. You need to cut spending. It's really
Right.
the ideal situation. Slide this forward a little bit. 'Cause I'm getting an achy back here. But am I still clear?
Yeah, you're still clear.
Still coming in loud and happy.
Yeah, still coming. Tilted a little towards you though.
Toward me a little more. A little bit of that action.
A little bit of that
A
action.
little better. All right, great.
Kind of one of these two.
One of these two.
Yeah.
And you thought radio was easy. All kinds of. How's it? A little better.
Great.
A little better.
You're
Should I
coming
get
in great.
Should I hold my hands up to muffle?
I actually love the way that's coming in right now for you.
I love.
Yeah.
That you love that.
Okay.
I want you to know that.
All right.
All right. Cool.
He loves my love.
I love love. I'm one of those people. Handsome. But yeah, tax increases don't necessarily help anything if you don't cut spending. Now, you could leave taxes flat, cut spending, you end up with more money in the long run. You could increase taxes and cut spending, have more money faster. It's just like personal debt. You could really do a lot of ways to jigger it around where you can get yourself out of debt, into the red, or into the black rather. We're already in the red. Pardon me on that one. But I don't believe raising taxes helps anything, because it does drive away certain individuals within the communities. It does incentivize, ultimately, finding ways to get around the taxes. And it's all taxes that you're getting around then, not just the one that you don't like. So you end up losing more money, which historically can be borne out, economically speaking. Higher taxes generally lead to lower revenues. Lower taxes tend to lead to higher revenues.
It's true. At one of my local bars, one of my local hangouts, they've started doing is a tax, like a 16-cent tax on credit card tabs. So if you buy the PBR, it's $2. If you buy the PBR and then close out your tab, it's like $2.16. Which is, apparently a lot of gas stations are doing that recently.
The way they have it worded now, and it's a little confusing, which is why we haven't delved into it at my own station. You can give discounts for cash, but you cannot charge more for credit, which is legal speak. Ultimately, what it comes down to is that 16 cents, that's a credit card fee, the flat fee off the top. I know our fee schedule is, the average is roughly 16 to 18 cents a card, plus about 1.1% of the total. So the more people spend, the more I pay just to process that card. They call them interchange fees. You might have heard that in the news, on the radio, just now. But it's a leftover from a time long ago when there were actually tables full of people who would match credit card transactions up to credit cards.
Oh, wow.
Now it's all done by computer.
Right.
So it's basically just a profit fee for the credit companies. And it's a sham. It's completely unnecessary. addition to my cost of doing business. In the realm of arbitrarily, we'll say $40,000 a month in fees, just fees. We get nothing for that but the ability to process credit cards.
$40,000 a month.
Yeah. How many people could I hire a month?
Yeah.
You know, for that money.
For that money.
Or what kind of capital improvements could I do? What sort of expansions could I make? What sort of new equipment could I buy? How many jobs beyond iPencil? We've talked about it before.
Oh, yeah. iPencil. Great argument for capitalism.
A phenomenal argument for capitalism, if not the penultimate argument.
Penultimate.
Or pencil ultimate, if you will.
We're calling it that.
Yeah, pencil ultimate argument for capitalism. iPencil. I, comma, pencil.
Yeah.
If you're near your computer, Google that. It'll change your life.
Yeah, that is a lot of money. And people come in the gas station all the time and complain about the prices. Like, oh, yeah, let me just drop the price of everything just
Everything
for
in the store.
you.
Just across the board.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Well, it's CVS, it's Walmart, it's... Well, you know what? They're both open 24 hours, too. You can walk your ass down.
Yeah, you're welcome to go there. And that's what makes capitalism great. You're welcome to go there. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Right.
You know, if you know a better place with a better price, why are you telling me about it? Why aren't you there?
Yeah, just to say it. Just to hear your own voice.
Come and rub it in my face because the guy in line behind you wants to buy something, so move. I don't know if I'm a jerk for saying that.
No. It's business. It's nothing personal.
Yeah, and it's always been business with me. That's one of the things why our prices are higher. The credit card fees. We make
You
no
have to
money.
pay taxes
We
for
gotta pay
that
taxes,
location.
Pay rent on portions.
Portions.
Apologize for that. Portions of the space for the lights to stay on, to pay for someone to be there 24 hours, to be open 24 hours, to offer all those services. That's not cheap and not easy. I challenge you to run a 24-hour business and not have to raise your price to cover those costs. It's almost universal in 24-hour businesses. So,
Yeah.
barring the big boxes.
Coolers got to stay on. Those fans got to run.
Yeah, air conditioners running 24/7, almost 365 to be honest, because half of our coolers vent into the store, which makes the store hot even in January and February. Air conditioners running, that thing breaks down. That's a week's worth of profits already gone to fix it.
Yeah.
It's a game of pennies. It really is.
Awesome.
So I could go on for hours about it.
No, that's well, we have more hours to go.
We got plenty of time. I can.
Well, we've got plenty of time.
Every week we could spend 10 minutes of me just complaining about how people don't understand to run a business.
I kind of want that.
I kind of feel like we might
need it.
need it.
John was saying that he actually has off today, and he was like, "Oh, maybe I can come on guest." I'm like, "Well, not for the first one."
Well, he'd always be welcome. I would not oppose it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's all right.
He's standing right behind me, isn't he?
No, he's not.
That would have been weird.
He's in Fond du Lac.
That is, man. There's this place right by the college. I forget the name of it, but it's got really great steak sandwiches. So, John, if you're up there in Fond du Lac and you're listening and you're hungry, it's the place. It's a little bar right across from the college. Great steak sandwich.
I don't think I think he came back today, but he was there over the weekend with Theron and Ahmed.
Theron
from high school.
I haven't seen Theron in so long.
Yeah, I see. He was here the other week. He came for Lindsay's burlesque thing, and he stopped in the gas station. He and John stopped like after. It was like 2, 3 a.m. Yeah.
If I'd have known, I would have.
Yeah.
Continued sleeping in my bed because I was probably tired that night. But
right, yeah.
So Theron, if you're listening, hi.
You should have seen the face that Bill just made.
It's pretty good.
It's kind of endearing.
I'm an endearing fellow. What are you talking about? I am the business.
He is the business. Okay, so what else has been in the news? Barrett's catching up to Walker. That's exciting.
Well, it depends on which side of that fence you fall on, but
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the whole thing. I understand the democratic process.
Yeah.
I did see a bumper sticker recently that said Santa didn't bring me what I wanted. Recall him. That amused me because it's basically the exact same argument. Walker won. You didn't like what you got, so now we're recalling him. That's didn't do anything he didn't say he was going to do.
Not that I don't think he ran on the same platform.
Well, no one runs on the same platform. They perform.
That's what we're all judged on.
Yeah. How close can we stay to our our stated belief systems. Mm-hmm. But it'll be interesting to see. What do we got? A few days left? About a week?
Yeah, it's coming up. It's
Week from
June
tomorrow?
5th.
I believe it is a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it is. Wait, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got
yes.
a calendar.
You're
I'm
no.
going to make sure because I don't want to lead anyone astray.
Friday is June 1st because I get paid that day. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you're
Tuesday
right.
the 5th.
Yep.
Tuesday. So next Tuesday, get out and vote. I don't care how you vote. Just do it.
Do it?
Don't be lame.
You're one of those.
If you don't vote, you can't complain, and everyone complains. So get out and vote so I don't have to be annoyed with you.
Wear the I voted sticker.
Yeah, definitely get 2 if you can.
Yeah.
And then tell them you voted twice. See what people say.
I think people would be concerned for democracy.
That, if they're not already. Good way to mobilize.
Yeah. Now these buses are taking detours. Okay.
Yeah, they are really
we got
going past this accident.
Yeah,
out here.
they got to. I got to get on the radio about this.
Yeah.
So right before we got in here, and I know it's really weird. We're directly on Center Street, and directly before we got in here, about 15 minutes before we got in here, we're sitting next to our Fuel Cafe, and I think you saw somebody pulling out going west on Center.
They were aiming west on Center, and it looked like they were pulling the U-turn to head east on Center, like most people seem to be doing while we were sitting there. They were turning to go the other way because, well, there's nothing west of Center but getting shot. So
Right.
I think they wanted to go the other way where they can go and pick up their drugs.
Yeah.
So I believe that's what this person was doing, and then Dominic.
And then so we just hear the rubber and just boom. There's man, screech of the tires and
Hubcaps going everywhere.
hubcaps, the smoke and the sound,
Bodies
glass
everywhere.
There were not bodies everywhere.
Well, they were standing and talking, milling about.
Okay.
There were mad heads up in this joint.
Okay. There were alive bodies everywhere. I guess I should count the alive bodies. There were many alive bodies.
Many.
Dead bodies, I don't know. I haven't seen an ambulance come this way.
I think not.
They may have came up from Holton though.
Well, you'd think we'd have heard them though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not.
That is
not
weird.
Not a soundproof room by any stretch.
Right.
Well, look at his nose ring. That is intense.
Pardon me.
For those of you who aren't aware, I don't spend a lot of time in River West. I have a job, but I'm here now. Really loving this walking freak show.
Bill is freaked out by the Bohemia effect, which I love because it's pretty free. And, I'm about freedom. So.
Well, I'm all about freedom. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying they look stupid, but not in a bad way. As I don't want to alienate.
Goofy.
It. Yeah, goofy, stupid, fun, stupid.
Yeah. Okay. The fun, like circus, stupid.
Similar but less terrifying clowns.
Okay. Got it.
No midgets.
Yeah. No midgets yet.
Yet.
You know that guy that.
There's a midget standing right behind me. Isn't there?
No, there's not. You know that vertically challenged gentleman that rides the bike.
Oh yeah.
He rides by here all the time.
That's a bad scene all around. That's okay. Let me. I gotta interject a short story here. So I'm out driving. I do this on occasion. I'm a driver. I like to drive around the city, and I'm coming up on one of these cross streets onto Prospect Avenue, or Farwell rather. Turn around to Farwell right by Abu's Green Gravy Grocer and Gold Diggers, and sitting there at the light.
It's not the name of the place.
Nah, I don't know what the name of the place is.
Okay. Anyway, go on.
I take a lot of pills.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and light's red. There's a guy walking across the road, and then from just off on my right, like I'm lighting a cigarette, and I look over, and a vertically challenged individual of a tan descent goes zooming by on a child's BMX directly in front of my car into the headlights, but looks directly into my soul as he rides by. No lie, hand to God. Right? And I'm watching him, the flame on my lighter still going, and thinking, well, that's weird. And I have my window down, and there's this dude walking across the street, and he actually stopped and turned and looked where the young gentleman had just ridden his bike. And then he turns back and starts walking, maybe just a little faster, and I lean out my window, I'm like, man, you saw that too, right? And he looked at me and just shook his head and kept going. And I knew fear that day. And now I've been seeing this guy everywhere. Like, he's fast too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's got like 12-inch wheels, but he's doing like 40 miles an hour on that Beamer.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
He goes to MATC too. I see him.
I wonder what he's probably there for, like Transportation Security Administration training or something.
I have no freaking idea. No idea.
You gotta find out. Make friends with him.
You know what? I'm just safer not knowing.
I don't know. I think people want to know.
I think they have a right, but I'm not going to give it to them.
Well, apparently Dominic's not as big into freedom as he says. So.
Yeah.
Ladies.
No. At around 7:30 a.m. when I get done with my shift at the gas station, and people come in, and I kind of probe this by asking how they're doing first, and they go, "Oh, good. How are you?" And I go, "Oh, terrible," just because you know what? That's how I'm doing. Okay. You want honesty? You don't deserve me to just... I do it just so people are taken aback. Just because, like, when you ask somebody how they're doing, they always give you what you want to hear. And I don't want to just do that anymore. They give you what you expect to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just okay. No, I'm doing awful, okay? I've been here 7 hours. It's like 8 a.m. I've had to deal with way more drunk people than you'll ever deal with in your life.
That's very true.
Yeah, like these drunk people that have never had a bad job in their life. Not that the gas station's a bad job.
No, I understand.
But it's like I clean
on the scale.
I clean the toilets, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So,
The blood.
The blood. I clean the blood. I'm not going to say any of that on the air, but you can imagine blood toilets. Anyway,
there goes a Kia Soul.
Bill drives a Kia Soul.
I have a Kia Soul.
It's a hamster ball.
It's the hamster ball.
It is. It's got a hamster in the window. Does it still?
It's in the back window now.
Oh, okay. Put that bumper sticker. I made him a bumper sticker.
I've got the bumper sticker lined up with 2 other bumper stickers. I'm going to be peeling off the current bumper sticker because it's faded. And
really?
That insults my sensibilities. It needs to be bright. And that hamster ball and sticker is pretty dope.
Yeah.
So it's going to take the place of that one.
I like keep the Lake Bluff.
I'm pretty sure somewhere at home I still have like a dozen of those. I just got to dig them out. Look at him go. That's
Fox.
Fox, I know him.
Fox driving down the...
He sold me a scooter.
He's riding a scooter, dodging traffic.
He's one of the most dangerous men in the city. Also trained in 3 different martial arts.
One of those things might be true.
One of them.
One.
Just the one. So nonetheless, other things I was reading in the news today. They're getting very close to a male contraceptive pill. So good news for those of us who
don't want to have orgasms?
No, don't want to use prophylactics of a latex variety. Jimmy hats, if you will.
James hat.
James caps. But, apparently it's a genetic thing that they're working on. I got lost in the science a little bit, but what it comes down to is they're within 3 to 5 years, is my understanding, of having the male pill, which I don't think will really touch off the sexual revolution quite like the original pill, but I'll be interested to see. And I'll be the first one to sign up for it. If any of those doctors are listening right now, just mail me the pill. I'll take anything. It's absurd, really. If it fits in my mouth, I'll swallow it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, he's got nothing to do with it.
That's not as comforting. I don't know about comforting, but it's not as endearing. I don't think it's
you think that, but someone was liking it.
He is riding a woman's bike. You see that?
It's I don't know why you got to go and genderize bicycles. No. Really, he's riding a bike, whether it's a girl's bike or a boy's bike.
Okay.
He's on a 2-wheel conveyance. He's taking the environment into his own hands, which is great to see in a younger generation.
Yeah.
Unlike this guy who's doing it wrong by walking. He is apparently never learned to ride a bike.
he's walking his bike. I don't know why. So, the male pill. So, how is that going to stop sexually transmitted diseases?
Oh, well, it's not for sexually transmitted diseases. This is more like the woman's pill, where it just keeps you from getting pregnant.
Right, yeah.
The pill doesn't stop you from getting AIDS or syphilis or gossip herpes.
Gossip herpes.
That's the worst kind. I've had it twice. The pills you got to take for that don't fit in my mouth.
He hasn't had it.
I haven't had any sexually transmitted diseases. Ladies. So, what it would basically do is make sperm inert, where it's essentially just devoid of ejaculate material. Mm-hmm. I guess would be the easiest way to define it.
So you could still have the orgasm.
You would still have the orgasm. You wouldn't have the risk of the worst sexually transmitted disease, which is, of course, a child.
Oh, my God.
There is no cure for that. That is a forever problem.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, I said I'll own it, too. I'll say it again in life. Come find me. I'll tell you all about it. Ask my parents.
Oh, my God. This is good.
And
This is immeasurably good.
This is real life.
Yeah.
I'm like this in real life. You can ask them.
That's true. It's great. I love it.
I'm like this with strangers. That's why I only have 3 friends.
Yep.
And a cat.
And a kitty.
And she tolerates me barely at all.
I mean, sometimes she'll talk to you.
If I wasn't paying the rent, she would have left by now.
Awesome.
Yeah, story of my life.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, so yeah, that's kind of an exciting prospect coming down the pipeline.
Yeah. What's this about the UN?
Oh, the UN. They.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I was reading a short blurb on it, so I don't want to speak from a position of authority, but there is.
All you SOPA and PIPA active freaks out there, hey, this is some news too.
And I'm going to call it a threat. They're not calling it a threat, but they're threatening to put the UN, basically give them the big red stop button for the internet. So the UN would actually have the authority over the internet at large.
The UN,
the United Nations,
has no place and no authority by any stretch of the law to regulate the internet.
But they're still talking about it. This is, I believe, who was it?
Has no right to have the authority.
Yeah, it's
to regulate the internet.
Paper title. I don't know if anyone's familiar with the 5th Rocky movie with Tommy the Machine Gun, where he gains the paper heavyweight title over Rocky because Rocky retired before he won it. The UN is like that. Being a member of the UN is being Tommy the Machine Gun from Rocky 5.
I need to look up the Rocky 5.
Yeah, don't need to do that at all.
They might have it here.
They probably have it here. I could probably sniff it out.
We're going to look for Rocky 5.
It'll be the DVD that smells like desperation.
Oh. Yeah. Jesus.
But that is not to say I do not love Rocky. I almost wore my Rocky t-shirt tonight just so I'd feel...
Or Sylvester Stallone.
Who I also love.
Who is probably mentally handicapped. Not that there's anything wrong.
He's got Bell's palsy.
Does he really?
Yes, he's actually got Bell's palsy. That's why he looks like this and only has half his face. True story. I looked it up. I was curious.
Sylvester Stallone has Bell's palsy, ladies and gentlemen, and I feel like an asshole.
That was not radio approved. Is that a man out there?
We've got a window, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we got a window, and it is really...
That is...
Yep. That's got to be.
He look like a man.
He looked like a man.
We're going to call it a man.
But wearing a bikini top.
I have no...
I don't actually know what's going on in this yard over here, but it looks like no good nicks.
I can't stop looking at it, and I'm going to stop looking at it.
You kind of have to look away.
Yeah.
The longer you look, the more it's blazed into your brain.
Yeah, really.
But I'm looking again. It's also this adorable puppy over here.
He is
so excited.
Going to the bathroom.
No, he was way stoked to meet a new friend.
Aw.
Oh, he is. Oh, there's 2 of them. Are they fighting? Nope, they're hugging. No, wait, they're fighting.
They're playing.
Are they?
Oh,
they must be, yeah. Okay, so no one's crying, which is good.
All right.
But, not yet.
So...
Night is young.
So this UN deal...
Yeah, I don't feel like the UN...
No.
Would really... I hesitate to say, because again, I don't want to speak from a voice of authority, but wasn't North Korea on their peace council? To give you an idea of the ninnery, if that's a word, and if not, it is now.
The
nincompoopness of it. But
yeah.
I don't feel like this is the crowd of people I really want with their finger on the button of my freedom.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's Bob.
Hey, Bob.
It's Bob the bartender.
He's probably not listening, but hi, Bob, the bartender.
He's the bartender at Alptowner.
Ah, that's a bar.
Tattoo Bob. He's punk rock.
He's pretty punk rock. But nonetheless, dogs are hilarious.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't feel safe with pretty much any kind of government control over public servers, private servers, even.
Yeah, no, they're. Pardon me. I don't think there's any reason for any government to have any control over the internet. It is to some degree self-regulating, only in that it's so vast that you can't possibly touch all of it.
Right.
I was reading statistics yesterday. Google is indexed, I want to say 14.5 trillion with a T web pages. 14.5 trillion.
Yeah.
I think equates to, like, if you saw 1 page per second would take you somewhere in the order of like 38,000 years to see all of them. How do you regulate that?
Right.
I mean, it's without a complete and wholesale shut off.
Yeah.
See? That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, I know.
A pregnant woman just walked by. She knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, there is so much of the internet, and how much of it do people use? Because you're not gonna. There are just some sites that will never get any traffic, and then they will defeat themselves by people paying for them to exist.
Yeah,
more or less.
Ultimately, and that's kind of the beauty of the internet, is that it is the great equalizer. I own a dozen websites.com.
At least.
At least at this point. Yeah, it might be more. I don't remember anymore. I kind of lose track. I don't do a thing with any of them. Right now, they all just sit. I'm just a cyber squatter, and I can admit that. But they're awesome, and they're mine. I own a piece of the internet. I have internet real estate in my name, and that's, to me, amazing because I can do that. That's the thing I can do. But no one's visiting those sites. So
Right.
if I wrote something horrifying on there, I threatened a coup against the government of South Korea or whatever I have you, we would be fine. I don't think I would really call to arms
Right.
enough people, and that's probably a good 99.5% of the internet at large is people whispering to themselves.
Yeah.
And the other 0.5% is porn and news. And that's, I mean, it sounds funny, but it's true. It's
Yeah.
not even worth talking about at that point because, again, porn is a self-regulating industry. And the news,
I mean,
you're just getting news.
you're just getting news.
No fear to be had in the news. I mean, from our perspective, from a position of power, perhaps you're more afraid of the news than the rest of us. But
Yeah. The news of the UN. That's kind of scary.
yeah, and that, think about that. Now you got the UN in charge of letting the news come through. You ever been to China? They have one website, the I Love Mao website. It's actually called ilovemao.com, and all it is just pictures of Mao doing awesome things. That's not a real website.
Yeah.
But that's their internet.
Is that really the extent of the internet?
No, I just made that up on the fly, but that's
Right.
farcically, that's what it is.
Mao Zedong, who's killed more people than Stalin and Hitler combined.
Combined.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah, so let's plaster giant pictures of this guy everywhere.
Yeah. People love Mao.
Yeah, Mao. Yeah, it's a great word for a song if you're doing some beatboxing or some scat material.
Bow, bow, bow.
Bow, mow, bow, mow.
I saw a shirt. It's on BustedTees.com still.
Oh, boy.
With Mao's face and it says El Mao. I want it.
Wow, that is...
Come on, man.
I've got your Christmas present picked out already. That's ideal. Saves me a lot of thinking, which I like.
Oh, man. I do want that shirt.
You're going to get that shirt. Don't, no fear. That shirt is coming your way.
Awesome. I also want no frequency mugs. I told John about this. Mugs with the Atom Punk, like the old hotel text. Atom Punk is kind of like Space Age in the 60s.
Oh,
that
okay.
Font,
All right,
it's
yes,
kind of
yes,
like
yes.
the circles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That crazy jazz. Yeah.
It's Adam with a T. Adam.
Yeah.
I got
with a T,
you.
Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mugs.
Let's say no frequency.
Let's say no frequency.
All right, we can...
I want to see if I can
Probably make
get
that
somebody
happen.
to design that, but yeah.
I know a bunch of guys work at a tattoo shop.
Oh yeah.
Could probably design that.
But how do you get it onto an internet file?
How do I do anything, Dom? Magic and fairy dust.
Magic and fairy dust. That's how your
Unicorn
cell
farts.
phone works.
I'm pretty sure that's just unicorn farts and
Magic.
leprechaun stench.
Yeah, leprechaun eyelashes.
Oh, those things.
Yeah,
They'll mess you up.
that's what's made in the meatloaf.
That's seriously. If you've never had the meatloaf at the Metro Market, do yourself a favor.
It was
Get
okay. I mean, it was okay. It was good, but
It's one of the best meatloafs available in America today.
in America,
In America, not including
I don't like meatloaf.
Alaska and Hawaii.
I really don't like
Never
meatloaf.
going to travel that far to see my own country. It's ridiculous. If I'm going that far, I'm going to Ireland.
Yeah,
Nonetheless, we're getting a little off topic here.
there's no topic.
There's no frequency. Huh?
There's no frequency.
See
But
how we did that?
see how we did that?
Advertisement.
We do. Yeah. Oh, man, I really wish I got more of the news today. The Wisconsin recall is on. Well, like yesterday, there were 3 headlines on Real Clear.
Yeah.
For the Wisconsin recall.
Yeah.
It's a big thing because the history of recall in Wisconsin. Well, there was none, I think, until 1950s. Then Wisconsin approved it. It used to be that the governor served for 2 years, and then the governors served for 4 years, with the option of recall.
All right.
Now, I think it used to be a 2-year term, so that if there was any major legislation that passed, you could repeal it in a short order. But now the governors have 4-year terms, and there's a recall process, and it's Wisconsin's first gubernatorial recall ever. So it's big for the history of Wisconsin, and Belling's probably talking about it right now. Probably
As we speak, he's probably talking about it, but he's more screaming.
We're on his hour, so
He might be crying tears of blood. I don't know him personally, but he might be a vampire.
yeah. My friend Binky knows Mark Belling. So.
Binky. Oh yes, you've told me about
Yeah.
this. Yes.
So if I got to see or meet Mark Belling, that would be awesome.
I would appreciate a phone call when that happens.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll-
Oh my god, totally unrelated. Look at these dogs. There, I could fit one of them in each of my pockets.
They're very small dogs,
Very small dog.
and they're very cute.
They're really adorable
They're actually cuter than the woman who's walking them.
by an order of magnitude. But, you know, it is what it is.
Right.
You can't have the whole package.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this recall election. I'm not as familiar with recall.
I don't
processes.
know how it works either, really.
I do know they needed to get a
Million
huge number of signatures.
Yeah, like-
It wasn't a million. It
Well, that
was
was
like
a
500,000 or something to that effect.
That's a lot.
I know they got 900,000 signatures.
Yeah.
Which is significant when you consider that Walker won with 1.1 million votes. So it's only a spread of 200,000. Although percentage-wise, I guess it's like 13 or 18%. So it's really not that bad. But nonetheless, that they found that many people to sign it.
Yeah.
But then I question, because I do have friends in the theater community. I'm not going to name names because I don't think they'd appreciate that. But they actually were pressured into signing recall petitions despite not believing in the recall. And that got me to wondering how many people did do that, where they were in a work environment where the leanings are leftward. Mm-hmm. And they quietly lived their rightward lives and then signed those petitions just to make sure that they weren't ostracized from jobs that they could have, especially jobs like theater jobs where it is so piecemeal. You know, a lot of 1099 work, moving from one theater to another, scenic painting, things of this nature. So, of those 900,000, I mean, even to say 600,000 of them were legit, that's a pretty good showing. I'm not going to take that from them. But you've hardly heard about it on the actual news. Not a lot of it going around. A lot of it is signs, which are not as impactful as one would think.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure I could walk outside and probably point in any direction and hit a fist-raised recall June 5th sign,
Yeah.
which is fine. That's how the process works, and I appreciate the process. But I've already seen 400 of them.
Do you appreciate the process?
I do. There's something to be said for the process. Whether I agree with the process or the outcome or the intent, the process itself, as long as it's maintained in an equal, rather equitable manner. When it comes time for a recall of a Democratic governor, I hope everybody's as kind to the Republicans who flee the state when he tries to legislate. You know, I could only hope. Now, do I think that'll happen?
No.
No, but it's an interesting dichotomy.
Yeah.
The history's written by the winners, as they say. You know, that's very applicable in this situation.
Yeah.
But the process is amazing, and that there is a process at all. I mean, I've seen photos where they show dictatorships, and it's a bunch of people being beaten by guys with sticks. And then they show pictures of democracies where it's a bunch of people being beaten by guys with sticks. You know, there is something to be said for that, but at least in the democracy, when they're done getting beaten with sticks, they can sue somebody.
Right.
You know, and that says a lot. But it only works if you let it. And it only works if you try. So again, get out and vote. Otherwise, I don't want to hear you whining about it. You don't like how it turns out.
I want to get a bumper sticker that says the other guy 12, so then you can actually say.
Nice. That's actually. There was an article on Real Clear that mentioned that nobody won 41% of the vote against Obama in a number of polls.
Huh.
Literally nobody. Nobody's doing phenomenally well. 41% of the vote. I want to say it was in North Carolina.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that though. But yeah, running against nobody else on the ticket, and nobody got 41% of the what do they call that? Primary vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they decide
almost half.
Yeah. Yeah. So nobody's doing very well. I don't know that I'd back him in an election year, but you know, maybe for a head of state somewhere. Send him up to Canada where nobody could do a lot of harm.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just my opinion. And, I won't say that I'm possibly wrong because I don't believe that, but you know, you might disagree.
Has Romney had a VP pick yet?
He has not picked a VP yet. They're probably going to wait until primary season is totally locked up, and they might actually wait until the Wisconsin recall's over, because that might lead to some changes. I hesitate to say this because this is just me thinking crazily, as I often do, but if Walker loses the recall election, I think he might have a chance of getting tapped as VP.
That would be insane.
That would be a really great way to energize the base without the same risks associated with Sarah Palin when she was the shake-up VP. Do I think that's going to happen? Not so much. But how neat would that be? Although I do think Senator Paul Ryan would do a phenomenal job as VP. Marco Rubio would be a phenomenal choice.
You think?
Not Chris Christie. Too young in the business.
You think Marco Rubio would be a...
I think he'd be a smart choice. I think it's the political choice, and that's a lot of VP is political choice. Because look at any VP over the last few years, not a lot of work to be done. So it ultimately is just the add-on, the sidecar to the glass full of president. So it is a way just to garner some votes. Rubio, being of a minority ilk, would gain some of those votes for the Republicans.
John and I discussed this, that would just be, if they got Rubio, that it would just be pandering to the Latin vote.
Yes. And that's okay, though.
But do you think that would be more important than just really big policy guys like Paul Ryan or
it would be
Mitch Daniels?
It would be infinitely better for Mitch Daniels or Paul Ryan. Don't get me wrong. I think to have policy guys there available to tap at any time for whatever you want, that's great. But just because they're not the VP doesn't mean you can't tap them for information and help. They're still senators. They're still in Washington politics.
Right.
So there is some value in pandering to the vote, and every president does. I believe it was the Obama camp just recently came out saying that they were specifically targeting women, young people, first-time voters. That's a very narrow slice of the electorate at large. But that's their target crowd. Well, that's pandering. Like, if you're going to tailor one message for one crowd. So it's about winning elections. And that, I think I might have had this argument with you in the past. It's about winners and losers when it should be about moving forward. And that's something that has always bothered me about politics, is that I want what's best for my country. I want what's best for me.
And your state.
And my state. And I don't particularly care who does it, but as long as I'm taking home more money at the end of the week and my friends all have jobs, I'll vote for that guy twice.
Yeah.
I will absolutely do that. When things get worse, and don't give me the whole it takes time, because it's a fast global market now. Things happen fast. Who's standing behind me?
Oh, it's Brendan O'Day from the next show.
There's a man standing outside the window.
Hi, Brendan.
Let's go, man.
Oh, all right. I can hear that on the goddamn headphones. Yeah. Yeah. I can hear your voice.
It's a little nice. That's that right there.
Hi. Yeah.
He's loving it.
Is that SOS? Is that Morse code?
Morse code.
What? For what?
What do we get?
Where are the little boys? That's what priests send each other.
Oh.
Nice. Nice. I get that.
Okay.
That's about priests.
Brendan wants to know where the little boys are. Oh, there's one over there.
There is.
There's a little boy over
that's
there.
awkward. We could direct them that way.
So yeah,
I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's not about winners and losers. It's really about what brings us the best case scenario, the ultimate outcome. That's all I'm looking for.
I say that's right. Regardless of party, whatever aligns.
Yeah, as long as we're moving ahead.
Grover Cleveland was the only Democrat elected in a stretch of Republicans post-Civil War. And most of them were all generals or served in the Civil War under Union troops. Okay, you look directly. Well, Andrew Johnson assumed office when Lincoln died or was assassinated. He was a Democrat, but he wasn't elected. Then Grant, who was a general, Hayes, who was a general, McKinley, who was a general. That's way out of order. But and Grover Cleveland was a Democrat in like all these Republicans, and he was the only Democrat until Wilson. Wilson was the only other Democrat elected that kind of ended all these Republicans being elected. But he was gold standard though, and that was a very Republican thing, and almost it still is today actually, pro gold standard.
Yeah.
But he had a very great work ethic. He's the kind of guy who would work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and call it half a day,
That we need more of that. So, I don't care what party you're in. If you can pull that off, do it.
Right.
Because I'm a workaholic.
Yeah.
I'm going to test that. And
Jesus Christ.
I'm that demographic. I'm a voter. I'm a taxpayer.
Yeah.
I used to be a homeowner twice.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
What?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something weird just went by. But, if you can impress me, you can impress the majority. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
The people who get out and vote, especially in an election such as the one coming up, not the recall, but the presidential election.
The big one.
It's going to be harder to motivate the young and the first-time voters because they already succeeded in voting in the guy they wanted the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
if you're looking to win, you gotta sell me.
Right.
Because I vote in every election. That way I have the right to complain. I love to complain as well. Don will tell you.
I think the state election may be more important. I don't know. But
Ultimately, yeah, it's going to be more important in a historical context.
yeah, much more.
I mean, they're both more important than elections in the last few years, or rather, the last few cycles. But I think the state election, the Wisconsin recall, will be notable and spoken of for a generation easily.
Yeah. And even more so if. Shirt. I like your shirt. Hemingway's Bullets. His shirt said.
Is that a band or is that a hint?
I don't know.
Are we?
I have no idea.
Has he been listening to the show? Is that what he said?
I don't know.
Is that Hemingway's Bullets?
That's an awesome name, though.
That is either an awesome name or a really horrifying name.
So yeah. So what we're getting to is the Wisconsin recall in the historical context. It is going to be important, and I don't know. I think Wisconsin was a blue-leaning state on Real Clear, like just blue-leaning. But then, now with Walker getting so much support, now with polls saying that he's got these wide margins, it's becoming more of a toss-up state. And it could, I think, go red in a national poll if Walker gets the recall, if Walker wins the election. So, and that's going to be important nationally because Romney's got a lot of. Florida's looking Republican. North Carolina, I think, will go red. Virginia is really split. That's going to be
purple. It's purple.
Yeah. Ohio looks blue, but
Again, it's about motivation.
Yeah.
You really got to get the people up and out of their chairs.
Out of their chairs, yeah.
And they've only got the one day to do it.
They only got, yeah. It really is about who does go.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to.
You can read polls all day, but they're not asking me. I've never participated in any of these
I've only been
polls.
polled once on Real Clear Politics in
Really?
4 years of going to their website. One time I got one of their opinion polls.
Okay.
Their actual, not the weird little slide across the screen poll that everybody gets at once a week. The actual, this is your Real Clear Politics demographic poll. I got that once. Very excited. Answered it honestly. So I'm sure they threw out all
He was
my
a polar.
answers.
He
Yeah,
was a polar.
it was pretty exciting. But we're down to our last minute.
We're
here.
down to our last minute. It's been a good show.
Phenomenal show.
We've felt each other out really well, and I think we've got a good dichotomy,
Good dynamic.
good dynamic, and I'm looking forward to next week.
As am I.
Yeah.
This is a delight.
Cool.
Glad to be here, and again, want to thank Newman for having been a party to this, and
Yeah.
I want to thank Dom for inviting me along.
Hey.
And, we'll see where this crazy ride takes us.
Have no one else.
I want to thank anyone who's listening out there. We
Yeah.
appreciate your ears.
Appreciate it. And I'll give the formal shout outs. I don't have the time to do so because we're on the minute. But this has been another installment of No Frequency Radio. Tune in again next Monday at 6 p.m. and you can catch us again. Until next time, we're out. Next up is Brendan O'Day and Sam with Extempore Radio. Have a good one.